Bowser has kidnapped Princess Peach and Mario has set out to find her. Bowser, wanting to be left alone, has proposed a challenge. He decides to allow one message each of correspondence between them, with which Mario has to find her. But of course, there's a catch. All correspondence between them has to pass through Bowser. This means that he will try to thwart all of their escape plans. Mario and Peach's only option now is to write coded messages, but this is impossible with a conventional cipher with no prior coordination, as the encryption and decryption keys would be the same. Enter RSA encryption. Now suppose you're given two prime numbers, 5 and 11, which you have to multiply. This calculation is easy, but the inverse operation, called prime factorization, is a fundamentally hard problem, especially in RSA encryption, as the primes are hundreds of digits long. The infeasibility of this calculation is where RSA encryption gets its difficulty. So from this, we get our public modulus, n equals 55, which is part of the public key. The public key is what Mario will send to Peach to lock her message. Typically in RSA encryption, n would be a huge number. Euler's totient function, denoted by phi of n, must now be generated. The totient of a number is the number of numbers smaller than n which are co-prime to n. Calculating the totient function is hard, except for with prime numbers, as prime numbers are co-prime with every number but themselves. The totient of a prime number p is just p minus 1. The totient function is multiplicative, so we get this result. The second part of the public key e, a small exponent, must now be generated. There are certain constraints on the value of e. E must be between 1 and phi of n, and e must be coprime with phi of n. In our case, e must be less than and coprime with phi of 55. Number 7 fits these conditions. Our public key is now 7, 55. This is what Mario sends to Peach to lock her message. Now Mario has to generate the key to unlock this message, which will be denoted as d. The numbers e, d, and phi of n obey the following identity. All of this just means that the remainder, when ed is divided by phi of n, is 1. Solving for d with some experimentation shows that 23 is the decryption index. So now that we have both of our keys, what do we do with these two numbers? Well, let's suppose that Peach wants to send Mario the letter h. She converts this to the number 8, and Mario sends Peach the public key. The number 8 is taken, raised to the power e mod n. This gives Peach the ciphertext, which is sent to Mario. Mario uses his private key to figure out the original message. He takes the ciphertext, raises it to the power d mod n, and obtains the original message. Because prime numbers are hundreds of digits long, the prime factorization of n is nearly impossible, which means that Bowser cannot derive the private key with just the information he has. This means that Mario and Peach now have a secure method of communication, and Mario can find out where Peach is. I think we all know how this story ends.